Meantime, Facebook's valuation bouncing back today after it fell below $600 billion for the first time since 2020. But could a lower market cap actually help the tech titan avoid antitrust scrutiny? This is interesting. Let's bring Scott and Shayna back for more on this. Scott, I'll go ahead and start with you. That $600 billion mark is the threshold, right? They're saying if you're under that, we're not going to look at you in the same way. But Facebook is still competing with the Amazons, Googles of the rest of the world. Their market caps are a lot larger, and so you wonder, is that really fair? Is that really the best way to judge it?
I don't know. You know, it's funny to have people tell you they're not going to look at you in the same way. I felt that way before, and that hurts my feelings to even hear it again. But the thing on Facebook is that it's one funny thing that the government's going to say, hey, we're not going to look at you or care about you as much, but they're going to still find a way to look at Facebook. Now, the interesting thing, too, Jackie, about Facebook kind of dodging the scrutiny, haven't they already been doing that with respect to Section 230 and some of the other circles that Zuckerberg and company have run around Congress when they've gone on the Hill and talked, let's say, fervently about some of the things that have been going on? So it doesn't feel like much is going to change here, but it's an interesting aspect to your point about how this fall in Facebook shares here has actually maybe provided a reward for them. In our sense, too, with respect to portfolio positions in Facebook, we started looking to pick up Facebook at these valuations because I think the stock is getting a little bit too low here, by the way.
So that's interesting that you're starting to pick it up. And Shane, I wanted to ask you this because I'm looking at Facebook and thinking, well, maybe there's something to this. Maybe we have seen a bit of a sea change here. Facebook had told us, and that's why the stock was down 26% in a day. It's losing users. There's a ton of competition out there. Companies like TikTok are sort of eating their lunch, and you wonder, you know, is Meta, actually the parent company, focusing on this metaverse? Are their best days behind them? I don't think I have Shayna's audio, but Scott.
I'll take that one.
Yep.
Yeah, Jackie, I'll take that one. You know what? I think their best days are probably still going to be their worst of their tomorrows because you're right. There's this whole feverish attitude about the metaverse. And if your question's very good, though. If you look at TikTok, Twitter, some of the other companies that are out there eating their lunch, so to speak, and the lunch maybe not be that good to eat, but there is lunch out there to be eaten with respect to it's a big area. We don't really know exactly what that metaverse aspect is going to look like. Like, is the metaverse going to be so cool that you're going to go to the Walmart down the street in theory and pick out the stuff, and all of a sudden it's going to show up at your house, and you didn't really go there, and for example, it's virtual. So Facebook has a lot of things it can work with respect to the metaverse, and so therefore that alone as to how they take it forward could really help the stock, in our opinion.
It will be interesting to see, and I know, as you said, you're picking up shares, so we'll watch the share price very closely. My thanks to Scott and Shayna. We'll have you guys back again soon. Meantime, the big game.